The best Quad City sports talk radio show in the world. With the face who runs the place, T-Roy. The OG on the marquee, Jaybird. And the cat who runs the chat with the stats, Statman Surge. We are Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. We're not a Quad City sports talk radio show. We're not the Quad City sports talk radio show. We are your Quad City sports talk radio show. Welcome to the conversation, Quad Cities. But first, the Dawn. Good afternoon, Quad Cities.
Yeah.
Welcome to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local here on ESPN 1170 AM. We're back in the Hassle Castle after what seems like a long time off, and it was Friday and Monday it was off. In studio with me, Cal Reed.
Yo.
T-Roy's out of town taking care of some business. Bomber's got an appointment that got bumped up because Illinois is afraid they're going to shut down again, so her appointment got moved. You know, COVID-related things. I'm sure she'd love to call in and tell us all the problems of it. But no, we took our usual Friday off, and that won't happen anymore unless we get interrupted by any Cub games, and I looked at the schedule too closely to see if that's going to happen. So we're back on Fridays from here on out because Thursday is day one of baseball. Yep. So we get that to talk about, and then, you know, the season open up for everybody else. Friday, Saturday, yesterday, it's like to thank everybody for reaching out when I said that the personal family matters. Everyone asking if everything's okay. There was a death in the family, and so we had a funeral to attend. And I originally thought I would be on air, but things came up, and I decided to had to stick around. And so I appreciate that. I mean, it's strange when you people just reach out to you out of nowhere, like, is everything okay? Like, yeah, but that's very nice. It's humbling, and it's awesome, and it shows the reach that you have and the friends that you make that you may not shake hands or high five. I don't think we're supposed to do that anymore. Give a nod to whatever else, right. So, and then I also have friends like Cal who says, like, yes, I'll come in the Hassle Castle and talk to you. We'll catch up on sports.
The Hassle.
That's right.
Castle.
What we missed over the weekend, what we have to cover up before we are going to have a call at 12:15 from Jake from Elite Sportsbook. They're releasing a new promotion that he's eager to talk about. But over the weekend was the fight. Michael Nunn versus Pat Miletich, right?
Yep.
And we had both of them on last week on Monday. It seemed like I was at a softball tournament for 12 hours out of town. I got home close to 8. I wasn't going to make it the way over there. It seemed like it was very well received. There was a lot of people there.
Yep.
You watched it at home, which is awesome.
Plus.
And good job to Done Right TV for putting that together. I know it's not easy. I talked to Kelly yesterday, to be honest with you. He said there was some technical difficulties, and he said he's like, I'm taking a beating on social media. And I said, you know what? No one knows what that's like to put that together.
Right.
Not one bit. And unless you have, like, the big pay-per-view behind you and the production and a big, that semi that you see out back and all those, the mothership the satellites there too. Yeah. You have no idea what that's like. I mean, we obviously, those that listen to the show here realize that we go through internet problems every once in a while, and be shocked if we don't go through one today.
Right. And
it is what it is, but they got the fight up and running, and Michael won the fight. Michael Nunn, the former champ. And Cal, what did you say to me off of the air?
I was saying everybody was kind of disappointed about the fight, this and that. It's just, that fight wasn't about. How can I put it? It wasn't. Each guy had their own motive for it.
It wasn't about fight. I'm gonna walk out with my hand held higher than yours because the referee's gonna grab my hand and I'm the winner, you're the loser.
Exactly.
Basically, yeah.
And everybody wanted to be about, like, and I hate to say it, like you say, these are the times that people were trying to make it a race thing, and it wasn't. That's not what it was.
I hope not.
Well, I'm just saying, say you'll see some people on Facebook saying goofy stuff, and and my thing, they were like, oh, that fight was boring. I was like, you gotta understand, the point of that fight was, you have a champ that's looking for redemption, and then you say Michael Nunn looking for redemption, and then you have Pat Miletich looking to send a message, using a platform to get his message across. That's what their motives were, and that's That's perfect. You know what I mean? You could be like, yeah, so and so won. Yep. Both of them are heroes to me.
They both won.
They both won.
I the way you just put that, and I had them both in studio on a week ago yesterday.
Right.
And hearing them talk, the way you put it is perfect. It is exactly it. Like, they went out there to do something, the champ, to showcase that he still has skills. He says he wants to fight 3 more times.
Exactly.
And you have Pat, who basically has a message that we all have to feed our families.
Yes.
And his type of thing is saying the government can't stop you from going to work and doing it. And he even said, I said, what if someone came in, Scott County Health Department said you can't have a Mississippi Fair? He said, I have a lot of friends who are farmers.
Right.
He said, this thing is going on.
Right.
And so yeah, it's a great way of putting it. It's great for the community, people to get to go out.
Absolutely.
We don't know right now what we're looking at. We don't know what the next thing is. It's going to be canceled. Honestly, we don't really feel like there's much on 2020 on the docket, to be honest with you.
Right.
Is that much more that they can cancel? I mean, obviously, there is some things, and we'll talk about that later on.
Right.
We'll talk about that California is shutting down their high school football.
Yeah.
And then we need to look at college football, and if we're going to have college football, and we actually have to talk about what happened, the report that came out yesterday. We have to give I'll give respect. He broke the story. Rob Howe from Hawkeye Nation. He may not want to address us, but we'll talk about the internal report of Iowa's athletic program that he gave a full report. Rob Howe published in about Iowa's diversity task force, and we'll talk about that later on. We're going to wait till after the phone call with Jake. Okay. But there is a lot of things also that we want to talk about as well. We got to talk about baseball.
Absolutely. 100%.
You look excited.
Yeah. I don't care if they're exhibition games, dude.
All right, that's cool. Yeah. We're going to have to also talk about the problems the NFL has right now.
Right.
Now, if we bashed Major League Baseball for trying to get something to work in the middle of the pandemic,
right,
we have to look at the NFL not getting their stuff together. I almost cussed. In 4 months.
Right.
All right.
No, 4 months.
NFL's had 4 months to put this together.
They've had 6 months.
Yeah,
to
that's
get this
true.
together.
I guess March. Yeah, but yeah.
Because that's when you have to report. Was it March, April? You have to report.
No, the draft is in April. Your original ones would be like May. So we'll go with the draft. I think your OTAs or whatever
that's
else.
Right.
So, it's yeah, but now it's the players they had a scheduled mass tweet blitz on Sunday, saying like their concerns that the NFL's not really getting them prepared for safety precautions. And we'll take a look at that. Take a look at how the bubbles are working in the NBA and the MLB, MLS, and the WNBA, and if there is concern that athletes are getting faster test results than we are. Yeah. I don't think there's much. And while we're looking at that, also, college football playoff, they still feel confident like everything's going to go on just as it's supposed to be. These are all things that we get to talk about and more. But like I said, it's there's a lot to address in 4 days and to get through. But I do want to talk quickly about exhibition baseball. So you don't care that it's preseason. Do you like seeing the Cubs play on? I think 2 nights ago it was on Marquee, and then last night it was on NBC Sports.
Yeah.
Cubs, White Sox. White Sox sweep the Cubs. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, sure.
But,
whatever.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like,
whatever.
Does the zero fans hurt?
Not to me.
Okay.
Because, I love baseball. I don't care about the fans.
All right.
So,
what I mean? I think also, I can relate to what you're saying because I'm not the type of person that's going to say I'm taking off work on a Monday to drive up to Wrigley and then post it on Facebook. Right. I'll just catch a game. To me, I'm going to put a game on. The fans never really did much for it, except for if you're leave it on the background and you're washing the dishes, and you're like, oh, you have to turn your head. But I mean, it's going to be the play-by-play guys are going to be the ones that are going to have to pick up the slack.
Yeah.
Get your attention going.
Yep.
And they're going to have to be really, really good. A lot of stuff you're going to have to do, and that's why I still think they should mic up the players.
I think so too. But, come on. Athletes, they like to.
There's a delay. There's a delay.
Beep,
but they've done it before. They've done it in All-Star games and whatnot, but there's a delay. And I don't know baseball players really, really drop too many to each other. They're not talking trash like NBA.
Man, you ever play college baseball?
No, I haven't played college baseball, but I played a lot of ball.
Every other word's the F word out of a pitcher's mouth or a catcher's mouth.
They're not mic'd.
Yeah. You ever notice that?
I wouldn't mic them.
You ever notice that? He's like, I wouldn't mic them. Of course not.
Yeah. I wouldn't mic them. I'd still have like your first base. I want the first baseman batter exchange.
Yep. You want the mellow guys. You want the mellow guys mic'd up. Like if you had Jason Hayward mic'd up, you probably wouldn't hear nothing. But
the outfielder who the pitches, maybe the ball's going to come every once in a while. Exactly. Your right or left fielder type of thing.
Right.
I wouldn't mind. I'd like the umpire mic'd up.
Yeah.
I want to hear that, and then when in turn you can also get the exchange that you have from the player to the batter to the catcher. Like the first time when the leadoff guy comes up to the catcher, taps him on the back of the leg.
Right.
I always like if there's any bad blood, that's when my favorite thing of that is, I don't know what season it started. Brandon Phillips went up and tapped Yadi Molina, and Brandon had badmouthed the Cardinals in the offseason. Right. And Yadi said, "Don't touch me." And he's like, "Oh, you got a problem?" And they got into a fight right away. That's a great way to start it. So Thursday night's going to be the night. Nationals versus the Yankees.
Yep.
I don't know what the Nationals were thinking by announcing Dr. Fossey to be the first pitch. He's throwing out the first pitch. Yes.
You're kidding.
Huh?
Mr. COVID.
Yes. He's throwing out the first pitch of the 2020 Major League Baseball season.
Why not the mayor of... Wait, is it in...
Yeah.
It's in D.C.?
Yep. I don't know.
Out of all people?
Listen, I didn't make the call. I have not read more into it. Like, here's our reasoning behind, because I don't want to even hear the other side of people just saying how it's conspiracy, whatever else. We're not going to make this about that, but
But out of all the people, that's who you pick.
That's who you pick.
He's coming out in a hazmat suit.
You better stay 6 feet away from everybody. So I think it's...
How many people touch this baseball? Okay.
Yeah, he's bringing out his own baseball too.
It's wrapped in plastic.
He's got to bring out his own baseball.
Saran wrap baseball.
Yeah, it's in that special. They have gloves and bring out. Now I'm gonna be watching the first pitch because of that. Because I want to make sure he's 6 feet away.
The catcher catches it, just drops it.
You think he's
kicks it to the side?
Yeah, that's.
Wow.
I thought as much. Ezra's is saying on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment that the president won't throw out. He says the president is a coward, but won't throw out the first pitch. They probably did ask him first, and he probably doesn't want to get booed.
Won't they get their loudmouth press secretary to do it? She thinks she can do everything.
I don't know, but maybe that was their response to doing that. And Ezra says Fosse's a huge Nats fan. Still, I think it's a strange thing to call.
It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah.
Out of all the people, that's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, let's bring out the guy that announced the pandemic to throw the first baseball to start the season.
Yeah, season that's down to 60 games, which is fun because we get to look at that later, and we're going to look at who we think is going to win the division, who's going to win the awards.
Yep.
Your American League, National League, Rookie of the Year, Manager of the Year, MVP, all that fun stuff. We'll look at that later as well.
Fair, though?
Do I think what's fair?
To give out trophies for 60 games. For 60 games?
I don't think it's fair what NBA is doing. The NBA says the voting has to end this week. They're saying everything. Yeah, it's ending this week. Everything has to be for the season.
They played for what?
They're playing 6 or 8 more games.
Right. What's the problem?
What that did?
They played damn near a whole season.
I know that, But they're still saying that the NBA is saying, like, what happens in the bubble doesn't matter, these games or whatever else.
Right.
So basically,
that's weird.
It's LeBron's award.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He has #1 Lakers, and, you know, they haven't been #1 since Kobe been there.
Yeah.
You know?
So, I mean, yeah, he deserves it. But, I mean, I don't know. It's just weird to say, like, just forget these games. So at least they're getting the voting in before they start. So they're doing it the right way. But, yeah, I think it's fine to give out the Rookie of the Year, MVP.
How many games are usually in a regular season? What, 162?
162. Yeah.
And you go get MVP to somebody that's playing 60?
Yes.
That makes no sense.
It's a season. So why? Here's the thing.
That's like if the NFL
mm-hmm.
cut their stuff down to 8 games, you think they would give an MVP?
Well, the NFL might cut their stuff down to 12 games. As some people are speculating right now.
Cool. They'll do it like college. Cool. That means every game counts.
What's the difference between 12 and 16 games? Don't say it for a month.
Yeah. Well, who's going to get in the playoffs? Who's not?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you got 12 games,
mm-hmm.
say 75% of the league is 6-6.
No matter what happens, no matter what happens, it just leads to more reckless speculation for you and I, and that's fun.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what I mean. It makes fun. It gets people to react and everything else, and voice their opinion and write on what they do and get in arguments and say like this person should win it and break down the stats and.
Right.
And there'll be more people that they'll say like look at the WAR, and other people say look at the eye test, and they got their team here. It would be fun if they did that, but. I mean, MLB doesn't want us to do that. They want to give it to somebody.
Yeah. I mean, basketball I get. Baseball, 60 games. There's a lot of dudes that don't start off hot. There's a lot of and they'll say a dude starts off hot,
mm-hmm.
first 30 games, last 30 games he fizzles. And then another guy steps up, his first 30 games were terrible, and his last 30 games. You see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Like it's just...
But that's the thing. But what if in that time they're, first half of the season? It's weird to say 30 games first half of the season.
Exactly.
Yeah. So do that, and then anyway, to do that, let's say you're halfway through, what would be an ideal number? Like how many games out, and then a player like just explodes, like hits 425 from here on out. Leads the last 30 games in home runs and single-handedly brings that team from 5 games out into the playoffs to win the division. Don't you feel like that should be like an MVP?
So you're saying, okay, so in 60 games, you know what the average home run, what the average home runs that they hit at 60 games is like 15.
Well.
How you gonna give MVP to somebody that hit 15 home runs, brother?
I don't know. Hold on. We got a phone call here.
Okay.
All right. You're on the air. ESPN 1170 AM. How you doing?
Hello.
Hello.
This is Christopher Walken.
Yeah, Christopher Walken. How are you?
I understand you're talking about handing out the valuable player awards for the person who's the most.
Yes.
Right.
I say, why not? I mean, in the World Series or League Championship Series, they hand out MVPs, and sometimes those only guys play 4 games if it's a sweep. Wow.
Yeah. Look at this.
But
listen to Christopher Walken talking.
Oh, come on.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
What?
Go ahead, my friend.
Oh no!
Hey, if you're not doing anything in the second half of the hour, you can come in.
Wow! If I had my boots, I might, because these boots are made for walking.
Yeah. All right. I get your point.
Now listen.
Yeah.
Listen, foster child.
Mm-hmm.
You better change your tone because you're using all the wrong words. If you keep talking that way, I'm going to stab you in the eye with my soldering iron.
I don't think I had a tone at all.
It's like your mother know how to sew.
Yeah.
Bang! Tell her to sew that.
Hey, baby. Hey, if it's okay with you, I'll be in there tomorrow. But I got to do online teaching training right now. I'm on lunch break.
All right, sounds good to me. I'll message you.
Hey, I love you, Foster. You're the best, and you're so handsome. The audience loves you, baby.
Thanks,
right?
baby. You were a great umpire at that game I got to watch you the other night.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Wow.
You did a good job. All right, I'll message you out there. Thanks for calling in. I appreciate you. All right. That's friend of the show, Jimmy Siokas. He hadn't been on for a while since the thing.
Right.
He had to, since a teacher, they made him go back for online teaching. Now he's got to do something for online teaching, and they really haven't announced much for
schools.
Yeah.
What do you think? You having children? What do you think? What do you think about it? I mean, I got kids. Like my daughter is, she's about to be a freshman at Rocky. Yep. I don't know.
All right. That is a great question. We'll do it. I'll answer it real quick, and then we'll go to break. I'll wait for Jake to call. I got a message. I don't know what I was full on like the kids need to go back. They're going back no matter what. Right? Like to the point like it was like a joke but my daughter's like really wants to go back. Right. She's going into 5th grade. Like she wants to be with her friends. But she's in this weird thing where it's like she doesn't want to wear a mask. Like she'll go to the mall and be like, they have to wear a mask. I'm not going in that thing. She's 10 and takes a stand for no reason at all. I have no idea. My son never wants to go back to school. He's like, no, I never want to go back. He just wants to
He's not having it.
No, he's just going to develop some weird app or whatever else. He's always doing things on the computer. And he's like, I guess I'll go play baseball.
Right.
All right. So, but he wants to go back if they wear masks, and it's not because of his health. He wants because I was joking around one time and said something like, hey, if they make you wear a mask, I'll make you one that says things like this school is a prison. And all the things as teacher. And he was like, yep, I'm in. So I'm like sending bad messages to my children. I'm not the best father because like I'm the one that tells my daughter like they can't make you wear a mask.
Right.
And then she there are times you have to wear a mask. So and then the governor comes out, which I still don't understand all the things. I read that like 4 times over.
But because she kind of contradicted it. Like she said, yeah, we could do this. But we still have to look at this. And if we have this, but we have to pay for this to be able to do this.
But she basically, she was answering Iowa City when Iowa City goes, we're going 100% e-learning.
Right.
And she came out and she's like, no, the best you can do is 50%. And parents get to decide whether or not they want to send them back. So at that point, we're like, all right, we're sending them back. And then you start feeling that guilt. Like, what if there is an outbreak and my kid gets it? Did I do this when they could have been at home?
Right.
That's where that's where I'm at. Where I'm just like, I have no idea what to do.
The e-learning should have just been 100.
Yeah,
that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
But my daughter's a cheerleader, man. So she'll be upset if she don't.
No, I understand.
If the sports don't get to go, you know what I mean?
I understand all of it.
I want her to practice social distancing, even if there wasn't a pandemic.
Yeah. There you go. I'm with you. Well, let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk about. We'll take a look at just real quickly. That California is shutting down. I guess I was going to take a break, but I'm pretty sure this is the phone call I've been waiting on, so we'll talk about that. You're on ESPN 1170 AM.
Hey, Jay. How's it going?
Hey, Jake. How are you?
Good. Sorry about the delay. It's been a little busy day at Elite Sportsbook.
Really? That's as busy as good, though, right?
Yes, of course. Yep.
All right. Well, we're talking to Jake from Elite Sportsbook at Rhythm City Casino here in Davenport. And I know you are excited to share with us some new promotions.
Yes, and that's what we've been kind of taking care of this week, getting it all finalized and live on the site. So to celebrate the return to sports,
yes,
we've got promotions available, 3 different offers with $750 worth of free bets up for grabs. So I can just kind of go through each offer and break it down for you, but we're all getting ready for opening day and then a full weekend full of baseball.
Okay. So what do you have for me here?
So there's 3 different offers. If you reload or deposit money into your account, we'll give you a 25% reload bonus up to $250 in free bets.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to at least deposit $10 to qualify for that.
Okay.
And then if you, on your first bet that you make, if you bet at least $50, we'll give you a 25% bet match back on that bet.
Explain that, what that means.
So if you bet $50 on the Cubs to beat the Brewers, we'll give you 25% of that $50 back as a free bet.
Okay. Right.
And then after that, so your first bet will qualify you for the bet match. And then if you place a parlay of at least $50, we'll give you 25% of your parlay back.
A $50 parlay, and it's got to be at least two. It's got to be at least 2 legs of the parlay, right? There's no.
Correct.
It's
at
not
least 2 legs.
3 or 4, but it's all right.
So what he's saying is, if I put a $50 bet and I get 25% back, I'm giving back $13.50, Jake.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a $13.50, Jake. Come on,
$12.50. Bet it again or whatever else. Yeah.
You're gonna double down.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. And you guys still have the new sign-up bonus, right? 50% of deposit match up to $200.
Exactly. So come on into Rhythm City and sign up at the Resort Club and activate your online account. And your first online deposit, you'll get a 50% deposit bonus.
All right. While I have you here, let's take a look at some lines that do. Let's see. MLB game lines. Let's see. So you've got games for today, just preseason. Dear Lord, that just beg people not to bet preseason, but oh well.
Spring training, right?
Spring training, yeah, summer camp,
They're
whatever you call it.
Exhibition
games. Gotcha. But you don't have opening day up yet, do you?
Yep, we have opening day and the 24th as well. It's up.
There we go. I see it now. Yep. All right, so the Yankees are minus 145. The Nationals are plus 125. All right, so the Yankees are favored on the road on opening day, and then you've got everything listed there as well. All right, so you can make a little parlay there. Get a bet in. All right, so go to Elite Sportsbook, sign up for an account, and then you can check out all the promotions that they have. You can even go to elitesportsbook.com without even logging in first to get the information more to read about it. Like he said, there's a 25% bet match for bets up to $250. There's a reload bonus, 25% bonus up to $250, and like we said, there's also 25% parlay insurance of a 2-leg parlay of $50 or more. Anything going on at draft day?
At draft day, we're just kind of playing the opening day weekend by ear and seeing the crowds and monitoring them, still keeping COVID top of mind and safety first. So that's kind of where we're at for that. But we're all ready for this weekend. The staff's excited, especially to have MLB betting and live betting going on, just to see some more traffic in there at the sportsbook window too.
Yeah, and then next week you got NBA.
Yeah, exactly. So the reason for these promotions too is kind of to celebrate NBA, NHL, and MLB all coming back. So these are going to run all the way through August 2nd. So you got plenty of time to come in and sign up, and then kind of plan out your promotions and betting from there.
Well, I want to quote college football executive director Bill Hancock in an article when he said, "When you're in the middle of a blizzard, you think it's going to snow forever, but it's not." Baseball is going to get here in a couple days. NBA is going to get here in a week or so, and then August is right around the corner for college football and NFL. So,
hey, Jay, congratulations! You made it. Light at the end of the tunnel here.
Yeah, we made it. We're not counting the chickens just yet, my friend.
Well, at least be able to watch some games on Thursday and Friday. So
yeah, it's been fun to watch preseason, have it on the background. It's just something different. Like even to be like, I was at Pints last night for our Bags League, and just like, hey, the Cubs are on, yeah, and just that, and it was weird because the TV next to it had this young lady on a Peloton, but she was racing against other people on a Peloton, and it was on NBC Sports, and I was like, why is this on the television? Like, I get that, but I was like, might as well just put every game on, Major League Baseball, or just one game, that's whatever we can find for a while.
Absolutely.
So,
right.
All right, my friend.
You come up with a promotion or a prop bet that your team's looking for?
I'll get you a prop bet.
All right.
I'll get you a prop bet before 10 tomorrow morning so you can run it through the risk and maybe they can get it up as the season starts before first pitch on Thursday. How's that?
All right, awesome. Well, make sure, just in case it can't be put up until the next week, that it applies to, it's not time sensitive.
Yeah, because I think what I want to do is who's like a Cub or a Cardinal, like a home run type of thing.
Okay, cool.
So that's what I want to. That's what I want to look at. So I'll get it to you as soon as I can because I know you have to run that past them and they're going to have to come up with some numbers. So
there'll be probably a back and forth going on, but we could have some fun with it.
All right, I appreciate it. Will you tell everyone where they can follow you on social media?
Yep, at Elite Sportsbook on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
Right on. Thanks, Jake. I appreciate your time, my man, and I'll talk to you real soon. I'll send you a message real quick.
And thanks, guys, for being flexible today. Appreciate it.
Yep, no problem, bud. Thank you.
Later, Jake.
Yep.
Take care, guys.
Yep. All right, locally owned and operated in the Quad Cities since 1934, Tri-City has been your source for restaurant equipment value, quality, very competitive prices, and full service. Your restaurant equipment choices include kitchen, cookware, cooking equipment, refrigeration, kitchen utensils, tableware, china, glassware, and flatware. All restaurant equipment and kitchen equipment sales are guaranteed, including 30-day labors and 90-day parts. Maybe you're looking to cater a socially distant event. Maybe you're just looking for some specific items for you, the home chef, or maybe the bar in your man cave or she shed or whatever you call it. Check out Tri-City Equipment online at tricityequipment.com or stop down to 527 West 4th Street in Davenport and check out their newly remodeled 2,400 square foot showroom with over 1,600 in stock. Tri-City does deliver to Quad City residents, and they'll match any online price. Give them a call today at 563-322-5382 for any questions you may have for your bar, restaurant, or personal kitchen. We'll be right back with Don't Hassle the Local here on ESPN 1170.
Yeah. You like that? You like that?
Escúchame, it is the Dan Le Batard Show on ESPN Radio.
Last one, Bristol. Let's just go to commercial.
I'm gonna hear it again.
Wait, no. We need an answer. We need to see if he gets blank. This is also 2 words.
No, play it again, Bristol. That is not 2 words.
That is 2 words.
It is not.
Oh boy.
Any guesses?
I've got nothing on that.
What is it? What is it, Mike? How could you have anything? Bristol, one more time.
I don't know why this one was hard. That is very clearly Sugat saying, I mean.
Meech, good catching up with you. Big hug. Go leave us now. 0 for 5. 0 for 5.
I walk away with dignity.
The Dan Le Batard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
Golick and Wingo.
Talking to Jay Williams, our ESPN basketball analyst.
If you're asking me to compare Adam Silver to Roger Goodell and to Rob Manfred and the way he's been able to run the NBA, I mean, I think Adam is one of the best leaders we not only have in sports, but I think we have in this country. And he's been extremely pragmatic about his approach and making sure that he has all the information available. And, I think doing it at a closed location, Disney World is great. Having the teams there, having enough testing is there. And I also think that, for a lot of the players, with the exception of the guys who are making a lot of money, this could, if they can't get a season, and this ultimately could affect next year's CBA. And I think a lot of guys recognize that for players that are coming into the league, that players who aren't making millions of dollars, that, hey, like, this is their livelihood too.
Golick and Wingo, morning 6 till 9 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
From lines of credit in Chicagoland to equipment finance loans in the Quad Cities to better cash flow in Milwaukee, First Midwest Bank is committed to using our local knowledge and ideas to help our clients get their business momentum back. Visit wehaveideas.firstmidwest.com. You have plans, we have ideas. First Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
Get ready to laugh at Rhythm City Casino with the Rhythm Room Comedy Series. See stars like Michael Winslow of Police Academy, Tim Meadows of SNL, Mary Mack of Solar Opposites, and more.
Performances begin in September and occur monthly.
For ticket pricing, full list of performers, and show details, visit RhythmCityCasino.com or by phone at 844-852-4FUN. All guests must be 21 years of age or older with valid photo ID. Seating is first come, first set. Advanced purchase recommended.
Hey, Quad Cities, it's Jaybird with Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. Get your local sports talk 12 to 2 with me, T-Roy, Bomber, and Surge. Download the station app to listen to us anywhere. And like us on social media to join in the conversation. Plus, when you sign up to be an ESPN Insider, you'll get access to all of our great contests and everything that's going on at ESPN1170am.com. Brought to you by Necker's Jewelers, where the Quad Cities gets engaged. We are the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
Car old? Need it sold? Get rid of that old car and do a good deed at the same time. It's the Arrowhead Ranch Annual Auto Auction coming soon to Coal Valley. That's right, it's back. Donate your car, truck, SUV, or motorcycle, and if you live within 40 miles of Coal Valley, they will even pick it up, even if it doesn't run. All donations are tax deductible. Call 309-799-7044 or visit them online at arrowheadyouth.org. Car old? Need it sold? Arrowhead Ranch Annual Auto Auction. Stay tuned for an auction date in Coal Valley. Open our app to listen live, win stuff, and to sign up for breaking news alerts. Never miss a thing on the Quad Cities Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
This is Rachel Alger with St. Ambrose University, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
Well, welcome back to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local here on ESPN 1170 AM. We're live here in the Hassle Castle, brought to you by Done Right TV and Security Solutions. I want to thank you all for tuning in on ESPN 1170. I want to remind you, you can listen on the ESPN 1170 app. Go to ESPN 1170 go to ESPN 1170 AM wherever you download an app, and you can also listen to us on ESPN1170am.com. Click the upper right-hand corner, listen now, and you can listen, watch, leave comments on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread. On our Facebook page, Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. Please go ahead and like our page while you're there. All the fun stuff. We are in studio. Cal Reed's with me here.
Yo.
We were catching up on anything. We got a phone call from our man Christopher Walken, I guess. and then we talked to Jake from Elite Sportsbook. Check that out. Yesterday, Rob Howe from Hawkeye Nation published a full report from Iowa's Diversity Task Force formed by the athletic director Gary Barta in 2018 as a response to low graduation rates among black male athletes at the school. This is a 2019 internal report about Iowa's athletic program. It outlines several allegations of racial discrimination against black athletes, including inequitable discipline policies, verbal harassment, a double standard, and an expectation to conform to white culture. This is actually more, I'm going to read from Adam Rittenberg from ESPN.com. In Iowa in June hired Hush Blackwell law firm to conduct a review for the football program's approach towards race. Iowa previously had released a summary of the report, but Hawkeye Nation obtained the full document through public records request. The 2019 report from the task force includes anonymous interviews with 24 current and former Iowa athletes, 15 black athletes, 9 white athletes, as well as coaches, other athletic department staff members, and administrators. The report found several themes, including black athletes at Iowa not feeling comfortable being themselves around coaches, black athletes feeling they aren't treated as well as white athletes, and harsher discipline standards for black athletes versus white athletes. A white athlete told the task force that black athletes are tested more for drugs than white athletes. Many students told the task force that when black and white students commit similar disciplinary infractions, black athletes feel punishments are not equal based on race. Iowa football coach Kirk Ferentz, who in June said he was surprised by the scope and severity of the allegations on social media from former black players, confirmed at a news conference last week that he read the task force full report when it came out in 2019. He met with several players in August of 2019 to discuss the report and made several changes to team policy, such as allowing players to wear hats and earrings in the football building. They appeared in my mind to be significant, and I think the players were happy with the changes we made, Ferentz said Thursday. I think we did was good. I'll give you full disclosure on this. I dropped the ball because I talked to the group about coming back for a follow-up meeting, either the bye week or right after the season in December, and I failed to do that. This is what he said in August. He also added, part of the reason I mentioned a blind spot last press conference. I feel we had a pretty healthy environment, pretty healthy culture. Ferentz in June referred to blind spots when asked how he wasn't aware of specific allegations of mistreatment based on race. Many former black players targeted longtime strength and conditioning coach Chris Doyle. Doyle has reached a separation agreement with Iowa on June 14th, where he received approximately $1.1 million in salary. Other allegations mentioned Iowa offensive coordinator Brian Ferentz, the son of Kirk Ferentz, and former Hawkeye players, as well as linebackers coach Seth Wallace. Both black and white athletes told the task force that Iowa athletes are expected to fit a mold, which they define using terms such as tough, hardworking, Iowa, and white. Black athletes said that they could not express themselves freely, a theme cited throughout social media allegations in June. I was told by my coach to change my hairstyle because it did not fit the culture, a black athlete told the task force. I can't be free. I feel like a slave to the system. The diversity task force also interviewed 15 Iowa staff members across the athletic department who reported a lack of trust between African American students and their coaches, which made them more reluctant to bring up negative experiences. I could go on and on. Ferentz said that he expects the Hush Blackwell investigation to be wrapping up soon. Barta in June said that he remained confident in Ferentz's ability to lead the program. He is, right. Yeah, the allegations are there. The Hush Blackwell thing should be wrapped up. It should have been wrapped up by now. If there's one thing that we got from our conversation with RTG, he said, it should be, it said it would be done in a few weeks. And at that time, we were at 3 weeks. He's like, he kept saying this is months. I don't know what's going to come out of this. This is kind of this thing that's the report that's released from the task force is sort of it's kind of what we already knew. Right. I no disrespect to Rob or Hawkeye Nation. Right. I've had messages with people outside of things asking like, what do you make of it? I said, it's kind of it's already been reported, what we knew, what we've been told. Right. I mean, as far as like, if you even listen to the Washed Up Walk-Ons podcast that has Lomax on there, he talks about all these things. He talks about not feeling comfortable. More importantly, and this is the one thing I hammer home a lot, he talks about the city of Iowa City not making him feel comfortable, the campus not making him feel comfortable. Right. That's why he looked for football to be a safe haven, and he didn't feel comfortable there. Right. So we really need to look at the big picture.
I'll just put it this way. Being an African American male, I was in the military. Yeah. They will say anything and do anything to get you to respond, to be better, to rise above this and that. They're trying to mentally make you stronger. Now, it may sound biased. I don't like Iowa football at all. Yeah, I don't.
And that's fair. Yeah, you don't have to.
I don't.
You live here doesn't mean you have to.
Exactly. It's just I don't like the program. I don't like how he runs his running backs to death. To death. He will run the ball 80 times, and then anytime you have 3 running backs, they have 30 carries apiece, and they're not reporting injuries or this and that, and they get he's not playing like he was the other day because he ain't reporting injuries, this and that. I get where they come from on that aspect, because they feel like they're being, like he said, he's like, I don't want to say slave driver, but like a workhorse. You know what I mean? They feel like they're being ran to death. You know, it's just, and I get that, but on the other aspect of it, you got to understand these are teenage kids, man. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you're taking a black kid away from his family in Chicago, Texas, Georgia, Washington, you're getting kids from other programs. The reason why they say that is because most of their product now in Iowa for the past 10 years, most of their kids have even been from Illinois or Iowa. Most of them,
Yeah.
And their culture is, like you said, white. Our culture, it's white. I mean,
okay.
It's Iowa.
Couple things here. I wanted, like you said, though, when it said task force that Iowa athletes expected to fit a mold, and they put in parentheses in the article, which they define terms using such terms as tough, hardworking, Iowa, and white. All right. So when it says in this thing, black and white athletes told the task force they expect to fit a mold, they used terms such as. So this isn't a quote where multiple athletes said.
Gotcha.
All right. So because I highly doubt. Okay, I'm born and raised here.
Yep.
I'm not going to if you say like hey, define Iowa football to me. I'm not going to say white. Although if you say it, I'm going to go, oh yeah, not just you. I'm just saying the next person will be like, yeah, it is. Yeah. Like we joke on or like. If you ask me about Iowa basketball, I probably would define it as white.
Exactly.
Right. So, but the tough, the hardworking Iowa, that's just the Iowa mentality. That's
absolutely.
America needs farmers. It's on their sticker,
exactly,
right?
For sure.
Now, the tough, hardworking thing, like you said, they're going to the military aspect of it.
Yep.
They took the parents and the athletes took the tour. They saw the town.
Right.
They can do the demographics. They can look at the minorities on campus and the surrounding areas.
Exactly.
All right, so I'm not saying that just because they took a tour, but they do understand what the community of the campus looks like.
It's Iowa.
Yes. But you do have to understand that there's been multiple athletes that have come out and said, like, these coaches are like second fathers to me, and including Felicia Goodson, who says that about Tyler, and he's a running back for them. So it's, I get it. The thing is we need to open our eyes to it.
Right.
And I can say this, I would probably bet a large amount of money that Coach Ferentz is hurting bad over this.
For sure.
I don't believe he's just like, they got me. I've always been this. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't think I don't know him to even shake his hand. I know him to be socially distanced 6 feet apart from each other. That's how close I've been to him.
Right.
But I can't tell you. But I'm telling you, he's hurt by this. He does, and this is a.
He's an emotional coach.
Yeah, and it's going to be. It's a bad part. It's going to be a bad part of his legacy. And I think.
You think so?
Yeah, I do.
And it's not just. It'd be different if it was just.
I'm not saying it's warranted. No, I'm not saying it's a warranted part of it.
Right. But I'm just saying, if it was just black kids that had these issues, it would be 20 times bigger.
Mm-hmm.
But it's 50 times bigger because it's black and white kids saying this.
Yes, but you don't.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
the whole system has to change how we're approaching things now. Do we address things differently? Are we harder on kids than we used to? Are we less harder on kids than we used to be? Well, we're growing up differently. We have to change our styles. We have to change our teaching philosophies. We have to do all kinds of things. Kids don't respond.
Right.
What you and I might respond to, the next generation is not going to.
Exactly.
I don't know why. I don't have an answer for that.
See, the thing is, like, say me and you were teammates in the 90s playing football.
Mm-hmm.
That was going on. We wouldn't see a problem with it. Because we was built different. We used to get beat by our neighbors, get yelled at by the teachers, get beat by your principal, this and that. We don't see stuff like they see it now. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not saying this generation is soft, but they kind of soft, man. I mean,
they're raised differently.
Yeah. They're raised different than we were. We was raised with parents that would beat our butt in the middle of the store in front of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
We were raised tough. We was raised tough.
We weren't raised to question every single adult.
Exactly.
We weren't allowed to say why.
Exactly.
And rarely were you allowed to tell anybody no.
Exactly. That's the difference.
We started to do was, are you hungry? Well, yeah, but and then right. Like no, and instead of like, hey, food's on the table.
Yep.
We just, hey, you want to go upstairs and brush your teeth?
Yep.
No. Wait, what? What just happened? Like,
exactly.
And so I mean, I tell the story all the time about the doctor who was like, he published an article, and he's like, we're asking our kids to do things that they don't need to be asked to do.
They should know to do it.
The kid is 2 years old.
Right.
The kid's sick. The mom says, doctor's going to put a tongue depressor in your mouth. Are you okay with it? What's the 2-year-old going to do? No.
Exactly.
He's like, why are we asking? I need to know why this kid's sick. I need to look in his mouth. Like, why are we asking this child and giving them, so now I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying there are some.
You don't
areas.
think it was planted in these kids' head, kind of? You don't think something sparked them to say this stuff?
What I think is this.
Did they come forward or were they approached?
No, I think what happened is Coach Ferentz can't be there for every little thing.
Exactly.
All right, he's got press conferences he's got to be at while they're at maybe running back coaches meeting. So he can't be there for all that. And each coach is different, and each athlete responds as a different coach. There's times where I can tell you, growing up, that I liked an assistant coach more than I liked a head coach.
Yep.
I looked up to him. I responded to that assistant coach more.
Yeah.
There were times I have different coaches, different levels where I was just like, I just responded to him. Right. And one might have said something on an off day, and I just was like, F this, I'm done with you.
Right.
I'll just keep all my focus on him. There's so many coaches, so many meetings they have to be at.
Yep.
Plus, you're dealing with so much more going on than we've ever. What we had to deal with day to day. We had to deal with get out of the house, get out of the house, or I'll give you something to do. Be home by daylight. All right.
Yep.
Now these kids have so many things going on. Their every move is on social media. There's online bullying that's ridiculous.
Yep.
People can say, and on top of it, adults are telling teenagers, like you said, I hope you never carry the ball again for the University of Iowa. There's all kinds, and people get to do these things. So they have all these other things that are going on that if they can find a release or that one person, that safe haven, and it's not just that can just blow it up.
Right.
There's all kinds of things going on. The best thing about this, and when I say this, I believe that this will be if this will be a part of his Wikipedia page. But if you change the culture, and you I guess the quote unquote make everybody woke, you can do good things. But
I just think it's weird. Not to cut you off, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
But you think Big Ten athletics are an issue when it comes to behavior, unbecoming? Remember the stuff that happened in Michigan State?
Ohio State,
Penn State.
Mm-hmm.
Now Iowa. What about Illinois next? Wisconsin. It's they're starting to think that's the culture of the Big Ten. It's not just Coach Ferentz and Iowa has to deal with it. It's the whole program, the whole conference that is dealing with this with these schools. It's constant. It's not the same issues, but it's issues. You know what I mean? Is that the culture of the Big Ten? It's just problems.
No, I
know what I mean? Like you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just like you said. Penn State was huge.
Mm-hmm. Michigan
State was huge.
Yeah.
Ohio State was huge.
Ohio State's still covering up stuff.
Yes. Now Iowa, you know what I'm saying? These aren't little programs.
No.
Michigan had theirs in the 90s. These are huge programs in the Big Ten. These are the leading schools of the Big Ten.
Yeah, Nebraska's got some problems now too.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just and that's what's making people think, is that the culture of the Big Ten Conference? Do we have to get a new president of the Big Ten? Is that what they're saying? Or are they saying we have to get better?
No.
You know what I'm saying? Better athletic directors? Or do we have to get new coaches? The thing is like this.
I understand that, but let me paint a picture for you.
For sure.
That I think gets to be a little bit more... Not that this is going to happen. We're recklessly speculating, but we're just talking.
Right.
What if somebody doesn't fit in... Let's just say they don't see themselves... They have to transfer out of the University of Minnesota.
Right.
And now they use that... And PJ Fleck says... And this is all speculating.
Yeah.
He just says, like... Yeah, kid wanted to transfer. He didn't go along with the row the boat mentality, the philosophy.
Right.
And then the kid turns around and says, the row the boat philosophy is tough, hardworking, Minnesota, and white.
Exactly.
And there's a hole in the boat all of a sudden.
Yep.
Because now PJ, and it could be that the kid really didn't fit in. He didn't work hard.
Yep.
He missed meetings. He thought everything was going to be, given to him.
Absolutely.
What I'm saying is sometimes it's just too easy, and then it's easy, and then to go, you know what? The coach kind of was a dick. Yeah, now that you mention it.
You see, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like when they get the first kid, then they ask him, he's like, yeah, man, you're right.
Yeah.
So he's like this. Your program could be in hot water.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Now, don't get me wrong. I've had in my short years teaching, coaching, or whatever else.
Right.
I was called a racist. I said, okay.
I don't know who would say that.
Just tell me. Tell me how.
Right.
Instead of it being a reaction.
Exactly.
What it was is a heated moment. I wanted the student to do something, do whatever. You're just racist. It was a term. That sometimes can be like you're a bully.
Exactly.
Well, tell me how.
Yeah.
And let's talk about it.
Right.
Like, hey, do you want to go outside and talk about this? Back when you could take a kid outside of the classroom.
Right.
Do you want to talk about it? And they'd be like, no. I'm like, well, let's really talk about it. Like,
right.
I'm not going to sit here and be like, nuh-uh.
Right.
What did I do to give you that idea? And then it always turned in. But that was it. I'm not saying anything like towards that. They're just calling people that. Just call them. But there are times where you're just like, why? Tell them why. And I think that's what the kids are doing. Majority of the former athletes, like, well, here is the problem. Here's why it was. And that's what we need to look at.
Exactly.
The idea of, that to feel like the slave to the system, a workhorse, and not rewarded with verbal praise, by the way. That's really the biggest deal.
Exactly.
That goes on in the generation that we have. And that's been proven over and over again.
Right.
There's that the kids that are graduating now really take approval from their bosses more than a paycheck.
Exactly.
And so I think they just more attaboys, not you need to work harder,
Yeah, that's like my dad told me, like, I'm like, I got 2 touchdowns today. And he's like, I saw. You could have got 3.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks.
It sucks. I'm not going to take it to heart like that. I'm going to be like, okay, I'm just going to work harder.
But that's the generation, I think, the gap.
Yep.
Because I can sit there and say, like, and I have to take a step back, and my daughter's just 10, but that is true. Like, hey, do you see I was 2 for 5.
Yeah.
I had 3 RBIs. Yeah, but you had 2 errors. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right.
Exactly.
And that's the thing where I think I don't want to make this too much generational, but I relate so much with what you're saying, Cal, because it was like I did have 2 errors.
Yeah.
Like tighten it up.
Yep.
You can now, because what that was telling me was you can be an all-star, you can be all-state, you can be more if you tighten up the entire game.
Exactly.
Now the same thing might happen where it's like rush for 273 yards. But you fumbled in the red zone. Yeah, but I rushed for 273 yards. And we got the win. But you fumbled in the red zone.
They want to be, like you said, they want to be congratulated for the good stuff they did, and then they don't want to work on the stuff that they need to work on.
Yeah.
I had 2 touchdowns, but I had 2 drop passes.
I gotta take a quick break before this hour.
Sure,
I apologize.
Sure. No, for sure.
Hall of Famer Pat Miletich. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us. We're local.
Now is the time to get in on the action with Elite Sportsbook. Receive a 50% match on your first online deposit up to $200 for all brand new accounts now through August 31st. Sign up at Rhythm City Casino Resort or Riverside Casino and Golf Resort to qualify for the new account deposit match. Visit EliteSportsbook.com for complete details and restrictions. Then start betting on your phone anywhere in Iowa. Get in on the action with Elite Sportsbook. Must be 21. Gambling a problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
Which stage of life are you in?
I'm shopping for a new house and can't believe I'm a grown-up stage.
How on earth do people afford college stage?
Or
I never have to think about work again stage.
No matter which stage of life you're in, First Midwest Bank has the knowledge and experience to help you. Visit firstmidwest.com/everystage. You have plans, we have ideas. First Midwest Bank, momentum for life. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
If you're craving old-fashioned Mexican food, it's that Nally's flavor that you're after. You've got to go to Nally's Kitchen. Nally's makes everything from scratch daily and has some of the most unique items in the Quad Cities area. Try their homemade guisado, guarches, and gorditas, or enjoy their delicious tacos and burritos. Check out Nally's Express menu and get your food in 15 minutes or less. Order online at nallyskitchen.com and have Nally's delivered to your home or business today. Nally's Kitchen, old-fashioned Mexican cooking, Rockingham and Division, Davenport.
We've all spent a lot of time at home lately. Has the look of your kitchen and bath been wearing on you? Time to complete the home renovation of your dreams. And for this, you need an all-star. You need to call Mike at All-Star Home Services. Check out their past transformations at all-starhomeservices.com with financing available and $500 off your complete kitchen or bath project for a limited time. Call now. All-Star Home Services, 563-299-3786 or visit all-starhomeservices.com.
Golick and Wingo.
You want to get into the bubble with a bunch of negative tested people, and then you try and keep it that way. The problem is, it's not only known as a bubble, it's known as the mesh hat, because there are going to be people every day from the outside coming in to help in the next few months with all of this, and then they will leave the mesh hat and go home and then come back in. So that's going to be the issue there. And I get not having an exact answer of, if we have this amount of positive tests, it's over. I understand you can't do that. No. It seems like it's going to be you kind of know it. You kind of say, okay, this is kind of taken over now. We need to stop. The only problem is you wonder, because there's a lot of money at stake here, if they really try and look for reasons to keep going rather than to say, you know what, this is too much, we need to stop.
You know they've gone through this in their minds, but they don't want to say exactly what they think that would be, but that doesn't mean other people aren't doing it.
Golick and Wingo, morning 6 till 9 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show on ESPN Radio.
I want everybody to think of a number between 1 and 10. 4. Okay, shouldn't have said it. Now I want everyone to multiply that number by 2. Now I want you to add 6. Now I want you to divide it by 2. Now I want you to take your original number and subtract it from the number that you have right now. The number you currently have in your head is 3. Boom, baby! Whoa!
It is magic. It's not a magic trick.
Magic?
It's mathic. Like, it's not magic. All you did was math there.
We're on the radio, Dan. I can't do magic. I got to do it the way I can do it on the radio.
Can't believe we all picked the same number.
The magic trick is I got the math right.
Well, that was the big upset, because I totally thought we were ending this show with you go, wait a minute, my number's 5, because you did the math trick all wrong.
The Dan Le Batard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
All right, welcome back to Don't Hassle Us. We're local here on ESPN 1170 AM. Sorry about the hard break there, but get worried about getting those commercials in on time so it doesn't flip on me.
Yes.
What we got over here? Let me read something real quick.
Okay.
Read a nice little ad because I had to do that. Dunright TV and Security Solutions is proud to be your Dish premier local retailer. Use Dish's voice remote to search live TV, over 80,000 on-demand titles, and Netflix at the same time. Dunright has all the products you need to turn your home into a smart home. Not only do they have state-of-the-art products, they even have their own installation experts for TV mounts, wireless networks, home theaters, security systems, and more. Call 866-84-RIGHT today to get the package that is right for you. Once again, that's Dunright TV and Security Systems, 866-84-RIGHT. All right.
We love you, Kelly.
Let's have some fun. We talk about that. I mean, we need to discuss it, and I mean, we can. Cal, you and I have had conversations about race off the air, and
sure.
It's certainly not anything that's going away. And I think biggest thing that you and I have talked about before we go into our Major League Baseball, the biggest thing we've talked about is I don't want the thing to go away.
Right.
I don't want it to be like in 1992, we knew we had problems.
Yep.
This feels a lot like 1992, where
You think? I don't know if I can't agree with that on 92 for Iowa.
No. I'm saying in general.
Okay.
In the world we live
because
in.
I was like, Hayden Fry was
no.
I was like, he's a black man's coach.
Yeah. I mean, he integrated the Southwest Athletic Conference. Yes,
he loved his.
No,
brothers.
I'm the Iowa thing. Like, we'll look at that more as things come out. But I'm just saying in general, what we're looking at race and what's going on and learning. When people say, "I want to learn more," I want to learn. And I'm like, that's great. You want to learn. You know, it what I've gotten from people instead of when they just say like, well, if you don't understand it, then you're part of the problem. And I would say, like, don't tell me I'm part of the problem. You don't know me. You don't know my background.
Exactly.
The thing is, what are you doing? Instead of just like, you're part of the problem, it's like, what are you doing to inform yourself, to understand? And so I had a conversation with a friend. He's like, I think we're better off than we were. And I said, I will give you 33%. If you give 100 white people out there that believe that understand that there are racial problems in America, 33% are actually learning something out of this.
Yes.
And it needs to be higher.
Yep.
And that's what I'm saying. I think in 92. And then if you look at even past 92, then you start to look at things like Hollywood. Best actor, best supporting actor, the awards that were passed over, directors and everything else. So, I mean, we're slowly getting there, but I just don't want the idea of like, hey, remember 2020? That was weird.
Right.
I want it to continue to be.
So like if you think like I'll be honest with you. When they say what's the saying? Oh, black people can't be racist. You don't have to be towards other races, because I've been picked on as a kid all the time by other black kids.
Mm-hmm.
But the only time they didn't make fun of me is when I played sports. And it's high five this, high five that. But then it goes back to being the bully. You know? Mm-hmm. It's just, so like, I can't really, I was raised with a mom and dad in a military household. I was in the military.
Yeah.
My sister was in the military. My dad, my grandpa, my great-grandpa. That's the culture of my family. So when certain things come out about sports and this and that, I might be able to go to a school and comply with how some of that stuff is, because I'm able to tap into that.
Yeah.
If I went to Iowa, I would have a better chance of understanding the program and the culture there than, say, a kid out of Chicago.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, because your background and you move around a lot.
Exactly.
You have to adjust.
I get it.
Yeah.
You know, I've been the picked on black kid in California by Mexican kids. I've been the black kid that was picked on by Korean kids over in Seoul, Korea. I was the black kid picked on in Savannah, Georgia. I get it. But at the same time, I never let it consume me.
And you assimilated through sports.
Mm-hmm. And then that's why everybody was like, okay, cool. So I was like, I'm going to work harder. Whatever culture they got going on right here, that's the culture I'm going to adapt to. Even if it's not the culture that I want to, but I have to adapt. You know what I mean?
I'm with you.
I'm a social chameleon, man. You can stick me over there in Russia. I'm going to be sitting there dancing with polar bears too. You know?
That's a great call. Yeah, I get your point, because you have ways to assimilate.
Yeah,
and going back to how the whole conversation started with the Iowa football, it's to assimilate to them was the football culture, to get away from the oddity of the environment they're in, and I think that's the cry, is like, let me be me.
Yeah, but if you isolate yourself, hang out with somebody and let them know. You'd be like, hey, coach, man, I feel like you're kind of being hard on me. Hey, man, just like, I want you to get to know me. And then we can understand each other, this and that. And then he'll get to the point where, like, hey, I'm sorry if you feel like I'm coming on to, like, I'm coming on a little too hard, or this and that. You feel like I don't understand me. Let me get to know you, this and that. That's how I like to do stuff at the lowest.
Hope and pray, though, that the coaches will do that.
Yes.
Instead of hold a grudge against you.
If they don't do it, then you have an issue.
Then you have an issue, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But, like, I'm not going to be like, oh, man, Coach J's racist. And I say to, like, the athletic director and never even talk to you about it.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't be like, oh, this is this and that, and then Coach Ferentz is getting blindsided by it. Now he has to try to.
Yeah, where? When? Who?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
How weird? Yeah.
He doesn't know.
I know.
You know, it's,
and then,
it's like,
then you say I didn't know, I didn't see it, and they go, see, he's got blinders on. He doesn't know. He doesn't see in his own program.
No, and the thing is like this: they didn't come to him first.
Some say they did. You know, that's the thing. I think the Hush Blackwell thing will come out. But let's have some fun. Let's talk baseball.
Sure. Let's do it.
Let's talk baseball.
Let's go.
All right, buddy. Season starts in 2 days.
Yep.
We're going to have to pick divisional winners, playoff winners, and a World Series winner.
Okay. Gotcha.
More importantly, although you may not want to think they give it, we're going to pick the most valuable player. We're going to pick American League and National League Most Valuable Player, the Cy Young Award winner in American League, National League, and the Rookie of the Year in the American League last year. I will tell you this. Gavin Lux, the winner, who a lot of people, experts, think is going to win, is not going to be on the 60-man roster for the Dodgers. They've announced it, yeah. Actually, the Score just reported that not too long ago. The reason why is... 22-year-old, so the Los Angeles Dodgers have optioned top prospect Gavin Lux, the team announced according Tuesday. So the 22-year-old second baseman was considered one of the favorites to win the National League Rookie of the Year. I have no idea why, but it's not like they're sending him down to AAA.
It's not like he was playing. Like
22 years old. Yeah. He's going to win the Rookie of the Year. There's got to be something. Is he sick?
Who's seen him? Who's seen him play though?
He played a little bit in the postseason.
A little bit.
He got pulled up last year, and when the rosters expanded. But the thing is like, what more? You're making now. He's under a contract again. He's under 4 years. So now they're going to play him at 27. You're just making him a very bitter player.
How did he look? Here's the thing. How did he look? How did he look in training? How was his hit? How was he hitting? Was he hitting good in workouts? Was he missing something in workouts? Was he missing?
Almost I mean, if I gave you the sheets at ESPN.com, it was almost a runaway Rookie of the Year by 32 experts and Major League Baseball experts. So,
you kidding?
No, it's the same sheet I gave you.
That my thing is like this. They got all that off the postseason because he hasn't played since then. You see what I mean? Like, where do they get these statistics and this?
Well, he batted 240 last year when he got called up.
Okay.
So if you're asking for numbers, whatever else, he began last season high AA, and he finished it as a starting second baseman for the Dodgers. So at the end of the year, he was a starting second baseman, and now they optioned him down, and I have no idea why. Something we need to look into later because I have no idea when you're the favorite to win the National League.
Like I'm gonna ask these questions. like, what did he do? Was he not doing this or what? What was he not doing?
Let's see if I can pull that up. Where it is.
My thing is when somebody gets pulled down like that. It's
Well, you say he needs more at-bats in AAA or whatever else. It's not, oh, hey, we have no other option, but so he's just going to go home or whatever else. Like,
right. Did they pick somebody up?
Yeah, they brought up some other guys that you never heard of, whatever else. They signed left-hander Jake McGee to a one-year deal and moved Jimmy Nelson to the 45-day IL. Anyway, we're talking about the Dodgers. Apparently he looked lost at the plate and overall just looks terrible. He was never really the best option, second anyway, in terms of, so someone's just like, what is it?
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, so apparently he must have had a bad summer camp.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. The American League East. All right.
Red Sox.
You what? You're not going the Red Sox.
Is Mookie Betts still there?
No, he's a Dodger now.
Oh, that's right. Never mind. I scratched that.
Yeah. Red Sox are more in a rebuilding year, if anything else.
Yankees.
Should be a runaway favorite, the Yankees. Tampa Bay on the outside looking in.
Yep.
This one should be the Yankees. It's the American League Central that's going to get iffy here.
Oh, man. No, I don't think so. I hate to admit it, but The White Sox are kind of scary.
I really like shortstop Tim Anderson for the White Sox.
They got Grandel. They got
Eloy Jimenez, who he hit a ground slam yesterday against the Cubs.
Yep.
They've got possible Rookie of the Year, Louis Roberts.
Yep.
Lou Roberts, sorry. Dallas Keuchel's on the mound for him. Lucas Giolito had a good year last year, but everyone's back for the Twins, and they even added some more out there. So you got to beat them first, and they're my Twins. So.
Is Miguel still there?
Huh?
Sano?
Sano, yeah, but he's got COVID, so it's Sanovid now.
No,
but the Twins added Josh Donaldson to their bat.
Right.
And so I have to go with them, but I do like the White Sox this year, and I will not be surprised. Cleveland is always a thorn in the side as well.
Yeah.
But I'm going with Twins. Are you going White Sox?
I'm going White Sox.
Okay. The AL West.
AL West.
Yes, the Astros, the A's, or the Angels are the favorite in this. Seattle
Angels.
Mariners are not in this. So you like the Angels.
There's only one reason why.
Joe Madden.
Absolutely.
That's your pick.
He's a player's coach.
They got Mike Trout. Anthony Rendon's got an oblique injury. Who knows when he's going to come back? No one likes to hear that at the start of their season.
Exactly.
So I hate the idea of the Astros winning this.
They should. Man, we ain't even going to talk about that. I don't even want to talk about it. I really don't.
And I hate picking the A's.
But they always got batters, bro.
I know, but
their bats are tough.
If you pick me outside of the top 5 worst owners in the major leagues or whatever else, because the names are going to come up, I don't like the A's owner. I'm going to bring it up every time, and people are like, why? I'm like, he's a bad dude. So I'm going by default. I'm going with the Angels. Absolutely. I am going to agree with you.
Yes, sir.
So we'll see. They're going to have Ohtani. He's going to be able to hit a lot more this year. And so he is going to pitch as well. So
I thought he was DH.
No, he'll pitch a little bit. Now he hurt his arm, but yeah, he'll DH too. Yeah, he'll do both.
Yep.
All right, we'll come back to that. We got to go to the National League.
Yes, sir.
National League East. You've got the Braves, the Nationals, the Mets, or the Phillies.
Phillies.
You like the Phillies?
Hey, man. I mean, they had a kid that was just hitting bombers. Right along with you. Come on now.
I know.
Harper, him and Bryce Harper, they was bombing. They was just. I'm telling you. And they got.
But the Braves are good. The Nationals are the defending World Series champions.
Man, they got McCutcheon.
They got Kutch, yeah. They got, and the Mets, now. The Phillies.
Their pitching was dope. They had some good pitching last year.
I think I'm going to take a look at their roster. I think they might be a year or two out. Let me take a look at their roster, though. I want to go Braves, but everyone listening right now knows I want to go Phillies because I love Bryce Harper. So starting pitcher looks like Jake Arrieta, Zach Eflin, Aaron Nola.
That's all you need.
Vince Velasquez, Zach Wheeler.
That's all you need.
Real middle's a catcher. Reese Hoskins, bomber, first baseman. They also have Didi Gregorius, that's going to play shortstop for him as well. John Segura at shortstop can play too, so Didi and them all over. You said Cutchin. Jay Bruce is still playing. I feel like he's been in the league for 18 years. Harper, Roman Quinn on the bench as well.
Come on now.
Yeah, that's really good.
Come on now.
The Braves are good. Well, Freeman's not playing.
You think the Braves roster is better than that?
Yeah, let's take a look at the Braves roster here.
Yeah, let's check this out.
I mean,
is Freddie Freeman?
He's not playing. I think he's.
That's what I'm saying.
Sure that's why.
That's why. So
I feel like I read that though. I don't want to. If I'm wrong, I'd say I'm wrong. Yeah. All right. So let me give you their starting pitcher: Mike Foltynewicz, Max Fried, Cole Hamels.
That's
Mike Soroka, Kyle Wright.
You think those are
Tyler Flowers, Travis d'Arnaud is behind the dish. Then you have though, Dansby Swanson doesn't do too much for me, even though he was like a number 1 overall pick. Ozzie Albies, Yonder Alonso will play first base instead of Freddie Freeman, and Johan Camargo at third. Now you have Acuna and Carte and Ozuna in the outfield.
I don't think. Yeah,
Let's take one last look. Let's take a look at the.
They're not tough enough.
Let's take a look at the Nationals.
They're not tough enough to beat the Phillies.
I feel like with the National League, we can do this with almost every division.
Oh, for sure.
Which is impressive.
Yeah.
Which also is going to be interesting because they get to have National League gets to have DH this year. All right, Patrick Corbin for the Nationals. Obviously Scherzer, Strasburg, Austin Voth, Anibal Sanchez. Good rotation.
Yep.
Yan Gomes behind the dish.
Yep.
Eric Thames at first base. Remember him? He hit a bunch of bombs over in Japan, then came over.
Wasn't he
then he went to.
Oh, Thames. He was at the Brewers. Yeah.
Trey Turner at shortstop. Their third base. They haven't announced it. I think Carter Kaiboom's going to be their third baseman. Starlin Castro's in the mix there. As Drupal Cabrera, they got a lot of infielders. Outfielder-wise, Adam Eaton, Victor Robles, Juan Soto, and Michael Taylor. Juan Soto is legit. Their DH is going to be Howie Kendrick.
All right.
And he's going to miss his boy Rendon. I don't know. Phillies might be in the mix here.
Yeah.
Phillies or Nationals going to be in the mix.
Yep, for sure. That's what I said. I got to go with the Phillies.
Again, it's going to go too much agree here, but I'm going with the Phillies too with you. I'm just going to leave out the Mets too completely. I don't care. All right, now the Central.
Cubs.
This is the most wide open division.
Cubs. I don't care. I don't care if they lose.
I like the way you come out.
I don't care if they lose every game.
I know you don't. I know you kind of poo-pooed over the Reds, but just let me say what Dave Schoenfeld wrote on ESPN. NL Central appears to be the most wide open division. When in doubt, default to starting pitching, and the Reds should be the class of the division with Luis Castillo, Sonny Gray, Trevor Bauer, Wade Miley, and Anthony DeScalfini. Added new power sources of Mike Moustakas and Nick Castellanos. The Reds lineup should be improved as well.
Oh, they got Nick.
Yeah, yeah.
I picked the Reds.
You're not picking the Reds over the Cubs. Stick with your Cubs. Yeah. I know I will lock all this down. I just want to talk to you about this now, as fan or whatever else. I have the Marquee Network, so I will have a lot more Cubs games on than Twins. So I want it to be fun. I'll probably cheer for the Cubs to win this division.
Fox Sports Network, man, you could get that channel.
Yeah, I paid for that every year, whatever else, and I'll eventually end up paying for it as well.
Right,
it's 60 games. I'll be prorated. So
yep.
So I'll get the Fox Sports North.
Absolutely.
I'll be cheering for the Cubs to win this division. That's for certain. I understand that the Reds are good, the Brewers are good, and Cardinals. This is a really, really tight race.
Come on, man. We got Kipnis, man.
I don't care about Kipnis either. That's another guy that I feel like has been on everyone's fantasy team starting in 2008. Kipnis. I just watched. There's a replay of the Game 6 of the Cubs Indians, and Kipnis is batting for the Indians. I'm like, geez, this guy is just always around.
Yeah.
So, where am I at in the Central? Yeah. This is the toughest one, really. The baseball nerd in me can pick all four of these teams.
Pirates are silent killers.
Yeah, I'm not picking them, though.
Pirates are silent killers, though.
Yeah, I'll go with the Cubs, but I'm sure I can regroup that.
Cardinals are rebuilding. So
in the NL West, it's the Dodgers.
Oh,
and that's it.
That's it.
Last year, the Padres were that was the fun one because they just signed Manny and everything, but it's going to be the Dodgers. Well, let's take a quick break.
Yep.
And then we'll come back. We'll look at our wild card, and we'll do our AL MVP picks and all the fun stuff that has to offer. Tim Hernandez wants you to focus on new and fun ways to get fit for yourself and your family. ID Life wants you to be healthier, have more energy, get better sleep, and achieve more focus. ID Life is a health and wellness company that is revolutionizing the industry with customized nutrition. The ID Life name stands for Individually Designed Life and was founded on the principle that no two people are alike, so everyone has unique nutritional needs. Tim Hernandez is your guy in the Quad Cities to offer you personalized guidance that is tailored specifically to your health factors and personal goals. Do you have health problems that may be holding you back? The doctors and scientists develop what nutrients you should be taking and what supplements will benefit you the most. Go to qchealth.idlife.com to sign up for an unconditional, no questions asked, 30-day money-back guarantee. Call Tim Hernandez today at 563-508-7221 so he can show you what makes ID Life different is you.
Yeah, from the Quad City Times, and you were listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
Introducing First Midwest Bank's newest branch, Your Home. With our online banking and mobile app, it's easier than ever to make a deposit from the dining room, pay bills from the patio, or get alerts in the loft. The convenience of First Midwest Bank, right from your own home. Visit firstmidwest.com/convenient to get started today. First Midwest Bank, momentum for life. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Golick and Wingo.
Matt Nagy joining us, Chicago Bears head coach. With these quarterbacks, what do they both know from you about the quarterback situation, potentially the starting quarterback position for Chicago?
They know everything that everybody else knows. And that's the best part of our situation that I feel like is they are literally getting to both get an amazing fair chance to win the starting quarterback job for the Chicago Bears.
Golick and Wingo, morning 6 till 9 on the Quad Cities Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
Renewal by Anderson.
I'm Sam Hare with Renewal by Anderson, and we're excited to announce our 25th anniversary. With 25 years of service, our family is excited to continue helping yours. The security and safety of your home is still our priority. Whether your windows and doors need to be replaced due to age, safety, security, or damage, we're here for you. We're offering virtual appointments, safe distance consultations, and more. Our Renewal by Anderson family is practicing CDC guidelines to keep your family safe. In celebration of our 25th anniversary, we are offering flexible financing options. No money down, no payments, and no interest for a full 25 months. That's over 2 years. On top of our financing options, celebrate with our 31-day sale this July. $350 off of every window and $900 off of every patio door. Text the word SILVER to 96714 for more information or visit us online at renewalbyanderson.com.
Renewal by Anderson. We love our new windows.
Sí, very intrigued by the Dan Le Batard Show on ESPN Radio.
American Airlines wants its middle seat back, Stugatz. American Airlines does not care about your pandemic, does not care about your social distancing. Enough.
I mean, they're ready to start cramming us back into airplanes already, while spikes everywhere in the South?
That is correct. Yes, that is correct. Please don't do that, American Airlines. We understand that everybody wants their money. Come on, your middle seat is an injustice of the highest order under all circumstances. The fact that it exists, the fact that you guys continue in a technological age to put us in sideways in your tubes, in your flying tubes. Get out of here.
I'm telling you right now, I board a flight, someone's sitting in the middle seat, I'm leaving the flight. So, I'm asking for my money back, and I'm making a big stink of it on national radio. I'm warning American Airlines right now, okay?
The Dan Le Batard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad Cities Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
The fighting spirit of the Marine Corps is born of battles won. Battles won within, over enemies of fear, enemies of doubt. It's who we are. It's what we do. It's a promise made to you for more than 2 centuries. A promise of the Marines.
Baseball is back. Catch every pitch, every double play, and every home run at Circle Tap in Davenport. Catch every game on one of their 16 flat-screen TVs or socially distanced on their screened-in patio. Get $1 domestic drafts during every Cubs and Cardinals games and take advantage of their daily food and drink specials. Plus, pick up $5 box lunches with a pulled pork sandwich, chips, and slaw. Plus, buy 15 lunches, get 5 free. Enjoy great food, great drinks, and great friends. All baseball season long at the Circle Tap, West Locust Street, Davenport.
From the Sheedy Family Chiropractic Studios, this is the Quad Cities Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM, KBOB, Davenport.
Welcome back to Don't House Was Local here on ESPN 1170 AM. I want to remind you that Just Doors QC is a proud sponsor of Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. And just like the Quad City's only local sports talk radio show, Just Doors QC is locally owned. Just Doors QC specializes in interior carpentry, like doors, trims, baseboards, crown molding, and so much more. Whether you need to replace a front door or a closet door, Just Doors is the right call. Call Paul at 309-657-8541 to get started, help you change your home into your dream home. Paul brings an air of professionalism to every opportunity he's offered, big and smaller, and treats your home as if it was its own. Go to their Facebook page, Just Doors QC, and read the numerous reviews and browse their incredible before and after pictures. While you're there, don't forget to like and follow their page. Start improving your living area by calling Paul 309-657-8541. Nothing like adding that curb appeal with a new front door. And don't forget, you can see Paul driving around in that red ambulance truck of Just Doors QC. All right, before we went to break, we were looking at our predictions.
You got a messed up wall? Call Paul.
That's right. That's good. We're looking at our teams and wild cards, and so we got to get 2 more spots then.
Right.
Because we have to have the wild card winner. So if you've got in yours, I need a highlighter there. There you go. So you've got in American League East, you've got the Yankees. I have the Yankees.
Yeah.
I've got the Twins. You've got the White Sox.
Yep.
We both have the Angels.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think I've done this before and it was completely different. All right. Both, for some reason, are going Phillies for now. I'm saying that for now, for reluctantly, but we'll see. Cubs. Jason Anderson asked in the Facebook comment, Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread, do the Cubs have pitching? That was a good question. And then we're both going Dodgers. It's a good question.
What?
So.
What? Who asked that?
So that leads to in the American League, who's going to get the wild card then?
The wild card?
Yeah, the Astros are definitely getting a wild card.
It's either Astros or the Devil Rays.
2 teams though that get in there.
Devil Rays.
All right, so you're going to go Astros and the Rays.
Yep.
Okay. That's fair. I go Astros 1. Astros 1, I'm going White Sox 2.
How you gonna tell me I couldn't pick the Red Sox and then you go pick them for a wild card?
The White Sox. I said the White Sox.
I thought you said Red Sox. Yeah. I was like, what?
And then the National League, who are your National League, who are your wild cards?
Nationals.
Okay. And
yeah, they just lost Blackman. Never mind.
I'm gonna go going Reds and Braves.
Yeah, I'll do Nationals and Braves. I'll go on with that. That's gonna be a that NL East, man. The NL East and the Central are just clogged as can be.
Yeah. The National League West is the one where it's a runaway.
Yep.
So, all right, real simple. Do you have anybody outside of the Yankees coming out of the American League? Maybe the Astros, maybe, but you don't have them winning their division. So wild card. So
White Sox are the Angels.
You really think that? I think this whole thing is a no-brainer. What's going to happen this short amount of time?
You think just with Garrett Cole that they're going to win? They're going to win.
No, they're so much better than just with Garrett Cole. Like
they still got young cat number 50. What's his name?
They've got
Servino.
Yeah, but they've got so much more. Like they're.
You sure?
Yes, I'm sure. Like this is all right. Let me take you through their roster. All right, Garrett Cole, J.A. Happ, Jonathan, I can't even say the last name, Jordan Montgomery, James Paxton. Strong left-hander, big guy. And then the relief is strong. Zach Britton, Chad Green, Adam Ottavino, former National League winner in saves. Gary Sanchez behind the dish. Anelar at third base. Mike Ford, Gleyber Torres, yeah. And then outfield, you still got Brett Gardner, Aaron Hicks, Aaron Judge, and Stanton is your DH, and you can play all over. I think it's Yankees, and I'm sorry. In the National League, I think it's Dodgers. I don't think there's any other.
How?
It's 60 games. They just have pop all over. I
Okay,
mean, they're
you're
just.
right. That I keep thinking.
But
I keep forgetting.
You
it's
do have to
60
understand.
games.
But the Astros, they have Verlander, Greinke, and Lance McCullers. You know, so. Listen. I don't want to outside of Houston. I don't want to meet an Astros fan.
No,
not now.
No, not ever.
So it's just kind of like, you can give me all the arguments why Houston's going to win, and every single one of them checks the box, and I'm just still going to say no. Yep. I don't want to see it. Nobody does. Like, it should just be like the commissioner says, like, just take a dive.
Yep, you have to.
And again, the Dodgers, I think, are just head and shoulders above the rest.
To be honest, I think they should be disqualified from the 60 games.
And on top of it, you trying to tell me baseball television doesn't want a Dodgers-Yankees World Series?
Well, that's nostalgic.
Yeah.
It's nostalgic.
They'll go back to the whole the years and
the
baseball.
Brooklyn, what is Brooklyn Dodgers, New York Yankees?
They'll have records broken for viewerships because no one can go to the game, and I know it's only 40,000 or whatever else that are probably going to fit in those stadiums.
Right.
But speaking of it, just off the topic, the Texas Rangers are releasing a new stadium. It'll be, I think, tomorrow or today, the preseason, and I don't think they start till Monday at home. They've eliminated seats for more gathering areas.
Okay.
That's their response to getting younger people to come to games, to areas to socialize, and you just have a game in the background.
Yeah, that's not going to do too much good this year.
No, not this year. They did not put that in the plans. When the architecture drew that up, when they went to the
let's interact. We can't.
Yeah. So it's they have let's see. So this is Globe Life Field, which is replacing Globe Life Park, was built in 1994. It says some of the details of its seat placement is different, with revenue-generating suites becoming more of a priority in recent years. The seats have been moved higher up and further away from the field, in an attempt to reverse that trend without the drawback of view-obstructing support columns. I told you that fewer seats, more common areas, and the location, the average, like a retro era park, so 90s or before, is just 3.17 miles from the nearest city hall. This is per 538. Globe Life Field is 16.8 miles away from City Hall, so it's not like in the city.
Right.
Atlanta's Trust Field, it was one of the first to do that. What it is that it's more of a larger development plan rather than a standalone ballpark.
Got you.
So it's kind of like what Wrigley Field had to do, develop around it. They're building this and then saying, like, we're going to make an attraction around. We're going to build hotels and restaurants and bars around there. All right. Well, the hardest thing to do in a 60 game is to figure out who's going to win the Cy Young and all that fun stuff, and that's what we get to do. You know what? I know we just took a break. We'll do one. We'll do the American League, and then we'll do the National League, and then we'll take our second break. So we've got to pick who's going to win what.
Well, apparently it's Garrett Cole.
Well, people will think so.
Garrett Cole's going to win.
He's really good. What do I do with my notes?
He's all right. When was his breakout year?
Last year or the year before? I mean, what did he last year? Didn't he lead the American League in strikeouts? And he's just really good.
Man,
I'm not saying that's it. There's other people that could win it. I think Lucas Giolito could win it for the White Sox. I think it's in this shortened thing.
You think Dallas can't do nothing?
Keuchel? Here's the thing. I think if a team that isn't the prohibitive favorite in their division,
right?
So if White Sox come out of here and they get it, I think voters are going to look at. There's not going to be a 20-game winner,
right?
And you can't sit there and be like, oh, well, he was an 8-game winner.
That's what I'm saying.
But so you're going to have. I think the voting is going to be different. So you're going to have to go. You're going to if someone goes 8-0. And the team maybe makes a wild card, they're winning it. And that could happen. That could be Lucas Giolito. That's why this is so strange. I understand your point being like, well, should we really give it to these people now?
Exactly.
But it is interesting to look at because, like, that's what I think. I think it's going to be a situation of like I
mean, it's not like okay, say baseball started in like November or October.
Okay.
Like basketball did. I understand why they would do what they would do with NBA and be like, who's going to get MVP? Well, they played over how many games?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Baseball is 162 games, man.
I know.
And then it's like 20, with the
So that's why it makes it so much fun, because it's so different. Usually there's a cut and dry. He's a 20-game winner.
So
He's got the lowest ERA.
You want an asterisk next to your
No,
MVP.
I'm just saying that's what makes guessing this a lot more fun, instead of like, then there's not going to be like a runaway type of thing. Like
no, not at all.
Jacob DeGrom had the lowest ERA of like all times. Like he's going to win the Cy Young. It's just locked. I just think it could be someone just differently. Like I don't know. Jose Barrios for the Twins. I don't know. Shane Bieber from Cleveland, because Cleveland comes out of nowhere and wins the division. Like I don't. That's why I think it's interesting. So I'm not going to say. I'm not going to go with him.
This is these 60 games is like playing all playoff. It's like all playoff. They're going to be playing hard because they only have 60 games. They're going to be going.
You're probably you're even going to have like a Cy Young that also wins that leads the league in closes, ERA, and WHIP.
My thing is, you wait till after the postseason to see who you're going to pick. In my opinion. Because it's more games.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody plays 10, 15, 20 more games, yeah.
But that's not
you know what I mean?
No. Because you have to play those games to get in the postseason. So someone's got to be the Cy Young, and I do believe it probably will end up being whoever the best reliever is in both of them. Because there's 3 out of your 5 major categories. If you play fantasy baseball, and usually it's 5x5, and that would be wins, strikeouts, ERA, WHIP, and saves. A reliever is going to dominate 3 of those. The most dominant reliever in the division, in saves, ERA, and WHIP.
Yep.
And you know what? Even this situation could be right up there in strikeouts. Could be in the top 10 in strikeouts.
Right.
Because they have more times to appear.
Right.
I think both of them. I think I'm looking at this completely differently.
Yeah.
I think it's got to be a closer.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So now I want to look at baseball reference.
They're going to pitch way more.
Yes.
They're coming in, and by the end of it, they're going to have more saves than the starters have wins.
Oh,
of course.
I mean, they have that anyway.
You know
but
what I'm saying?
It's going to be.
But you know what I mean.
And they might even have more wins than a lot of starters on their team.
Exactly.
Because they come in at the time and shut it down. All right, I'm going to look at leaders, saves, year by year, and take a look from here who that might be. 2019.
You got Big Hansen out there and LA.
So you got Josh Hader.
He's good.
Yeah. Yep. You said Kenley Jansen was there last year for the Padres. Kirby Yates had the most saves, but I don't think the Padres are going to get in it.
It's 60 games, man.
We're gonna have to put a pin on the Cy Young.
Yeah.
Because I think it's going to be a reliever. All right, what about MVP?
Of
the American or national? I don't care.
American League?
Yeah.
Mike Trout.
It's almost like a given, right?
Yeah. National League?
Yeah.
Javi Baez.
Oh, that's a good pick. I like that one.
And I'm biased, so if anybody that's going to send in some messages to myself, hey, picking because he's a Cubs fan. Mm-hmm. Yes, that's exactly why. And he's good.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't. Again, I used to really like Alex Bregman, and I'm not going to because
you can't, man.
Yeah,
you can't. I'm not picking. I'm not picking no individual. I didn't even want to put them in the wild card.
If the Angels win the West, Mike Trout wins the MVP. No doubt about it. If the A's win the West, Matt Chapman could win the MVP.
You think so?
Yeah, I think he'll lead that team. I like Chapman. He's solid. Yeah. That's a tough one. Dude can rake. Yeah, I'll go with Mike Trout, though, just for now. And then the National League. Let's see. Some of the guys mentioned in this list are Acuna Jr., Mookie Betts, Christian Yelich, Bryce Harper, Juan Soto, Pete Alonso, Javier Baez, Chris Bryant, Fernando Tatis. Going Bryce Harper, period. Point blank in the period for me.
I would say Ron Soto, but Ron Soto has passed.
No, you're saying Ron Santo. You get people going crazy.
You know.
What is he saying? Yeah. Yeah. Who you going?
For?
National League MVP.
Javi Baez, man.
Oh, duh. Yeah, you already said that.
You already know.
I missed that. Yeah, I'm going Bryce Harper. I'm going my guy then.
Okay.
All right, we got to take a quick break, and then we're going to wrap it up here on ESPN 1170 AM.
Yes, sir.
This is WQAD's Matt Randazzo, and you're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
From lines of credit in Chicagoland to equipment finance loans in the Quad Cities to better cash flow in Milwaukee, First Midwest Bank is committed to using our local knowledge and ideas to help our clients get their business momentum back. Visit wehaveideas.firstmidwest.com. You have plans, we have ideas. First Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
Escúchame, it is the Dan Le Batard Show on ESPN Radio.
I love Chris, and I want to support Chris in whatever he wants to do. And if he likes magic or he wants to talk about how today's the last today ever, that's something I'm going to support forever.
What is that you said?
Well, this goes back a ways, Dan, and we've been trying to get this off the ground for some time now. But we were talking, Chris and I, and we kind of just realized, hey, today's September 23rd, 2019. This is the last September 23rd, 2019 ever. And they were like, wait, tomorrow's the 24th. And that's the last one of those ever. And then we just realized that today is always the last today ever.
It's crazy to think about because most people think, oh, you know what, I'm going to get one next year. But no, it's different. It's not the same thing. Today is the last today ever. Doesn't that blow your mind, Dan?
Ooh. Make it count. I mean, seriously.
The Dan Le Batard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
Car old? Need it sold? Get rid of that old car and do a good deed at the same time. It's the Arrowhead Ranch Annual Auto Auction coming soon to Cole Valley. That's right, it's back. Donate your car, truck, SUV, or motorcycle, and if you live within 40 miles of Cole Valley, they will even pick it up, even if it doesn't run. All donations are tax deductible. Call 309-799-7044 or visit them online at arrowheadyouth.org. Car old? Need it sold? Arrowhead Ranch Annual Auto Auction. Stay tuned for an auction date in Cole Valley.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort who let nothing overcome their profound profession. Those gargantuans of the guarantee. Those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Precision Air, the masters of comfort and efficiency. For the best in heating and AC, call today. Precision Air will be right there.
Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps demonstrate their commitment to defend the American way of life. Since 1775, we have served our nation as a force in readiness. From combat operations to humanitarian assistance in every corner of the world. No matter where the mission takes us today, or wherever our country needs us tomorrow, we always remember the land we call home. As Marines, we take a stand for each other, for our nation, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
New construction and remodel season is here. Hi, it's Mike from Mike's Floor Pro. Looking to replace that dull fiberglass shower with a custom-made tile shower? Wood or waterproof vinyl plank in the kitchen? Or carpet so pet-friendly it can resist a bleach stain? Visit the pros at Mike's Floor Pro. Quality products, quality installation, expert staff. Find out why everyone is taking the short drive to 215 North 2nd Street in Eldridge. Or call us at 563-570-1652 to schedule your free in-home measure and estimate. Mike's Floor Pro.
Oye, amigo, it is the Dan Le Batard Show on ESPN Radio.
My brain doesn't. My first instinct is not the right thing. Like, you guys seen that the
no. See, I said 2 minutes left. No, the 2 minute offense. You have failed. No, you're gonna get tackled in the backfield. Get out of here, Brennan. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Goodbye.
The Dan Le Batard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad Cities Sports Leader, ESPN 1170. When sports news breaks and you're at work, you won't miss a moment. Download our free mobile app now. This is the Quad Cities Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Welcome back to Don't House Us for Local here on ESPN 1170 AM. I want to remind everybody that you can listen on our app, ESPN 1170 AM. Download that wherever you download your apps, and you can listen on ESPN1170am.com. Before we come back, let me tell you about Bayside Bistro in the village of East Davenport. Bayside Bistro is not your ordinary sandwich shop. You won't find deli meat on their menu. They use fresh ingredients, and orders are made from scratch. From paninis like the Bayside Po' Boy to the roasted beet and green bean salad, Bayside Bistro has an incredible menu that specializes in deliciousness. And don't forget about their smoothies and fresh juices that they make and their incredible dinner entrees. Don't take our word for it. Check out their Facebook page and read the over 500 recommendations from guests. Stop by Bayside Bistro today on 1105 Christie Street in East Village of Davenport. They do have gluten-free and plant-based diet menu options. They're locally owned. Many entrees on their dinner menu. They do cater and host, and they also, you can, if you're hosting private events, get a hold of them, and you can create special events with them. Back before the COVID, I tried the plant-based diet, Calvin, and I had their roasted beet and green bean salad. It's fantastic. I did it. For 3 weeks, I was plant-based diet.
Said nobody ever.
What?
So nobody ever bought no plant-based nothing was delicious.
You watch that Netflix thing, and you're like, you know what?
I don't think so.
I'm in. And and I was like, you know what? I did it for 3 weeks. I didn't feel much differently. It's not like it gave me energy or anything.
Did your stool have more activity?
That I don't remember that either. No, at my age, no, I'm not going to get. Just take your fiber, everybody. You'll be good to go.
Exactly.
But no, but that place is down there is fantastic.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, and then I also want to remind everybody about our friends down on Front Street. It's just, again, these people, the sponsors, the people that have been part of the show. It's still one of those things I think about them daily because obviously being in the business at Pines, and Cal, you're in the business as well. We never know. It feels like at any moment something could just change for us.
Yep.
I mean, have you seen the temperature, I guess, gauge of hotspots for COVID, where not to go?
Yeah.
And obviously the safest places are at the top, right? So you'd think that, and you watch it goes from green all the way to red.
Right.
At the very bottom is bars.
Yep.
Right there with stadiums, concerts, and religious gatherings of 500 plus.
Well,
bars.
I can't agree with that. I
can't agree with you. Just I understand what I've said this before. It's a slow burn, but the fastest movement at the same time of a temperance movement. To sit there and say like the germs, disease, domestic abuse, all the bad gambling, all the bad things I guess that ever happened. You know, this is what I feel like when Prohibition started.
Yeah.
And everything happens in a bar.
Yep. Which
COVID gets transferred.
But you got to understand, like, you're not in that percentage. Pints isn't in that percentage. Harrington's isn't in that percentage.
No.
Oscars isn't in that percentage. Like, those places aren't in those percentages because you run a clean environment.
Oh, you know I know what I'm saying? That. I'm just saying in general.
In general, yeah. But you got to understand how much traffic is going through these certain places.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I work at Granite City.
Mm-hmm.
I am 20 feet away from your bar.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same people there every time, sitting there enjoying a drink, full bar, relaxing. You know what I'm saying? There's hand sanitizer on every
I
other
understand.
table.
I'm worried about the government coming back in and just saying like we need to shut it down.
But
for all of us. I mean, I'm thinking constantly, always
but
about you guys.
my thing is like this, like Pat Miller just said. You got to eat, man.
Yeah.
You got to feed your family. If you have somebody come in there as a health inspector or something like that, comes in and sees, they're up to code as far as the COVID and spreading germs and this and that. They're doing the distancing, this and that, blah, blah. You ain't shutting down.
Mm-hmm.
Keep your stuff going, man. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just worried about the overall.
No, I get what you're saying. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I understand. We just keep everything on the shape. But, you have places, and again, I don't want to, you have the Facebook site where it's like, that started off very nice. It was like COVID friend for people and that want to wear masks and social distance. Like,
right.
Point out these restaurants so people can go and they can, use them because they feel, and turn into like a tattletale site to be like, went into here. I was talking with Skip from Rudy's last night. I was like, do you realize that you guys were shut? They shut them. Skip shut them. They shut them. Rudy's and them shut down for 2 weeks because someone tested for 2 weeks, not just a day or whatever else. Okay, one person. And someone put on the site, went to Rudy's today after day 4. Went to Rudy's today. No one was wearing masks. And then someone had to write back and go, they've been closed. For 4 days. So the administrator that's running the site is just they're allowing people just badmouth places without even going in them. That's not right.
That's crazy. It's like, and I know what Rudy's they were talking about. They were talking about the one in Bettendorf.
No, the one in East Village.
Oh, is that?
Yeah, they said
but
the Rudy's.
they were closed.
They've been closed for 4 days.
Oh, because
they flat out but they flat out said like they made it seem like Yeah, they made it seem like that they were doing it, and someone had to point out and be like, you can't just throw this out there. Like, you weren't there today.
Exactly.
It's been closed. So,
right.
And that's what I worry about when tattletale and people trying to say don't go to these businesses and whatnot. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, Cal, we're just days away from baseball where every game matters. At this point, every game matters.
Every last game. It's like football.
Yeah.
There's no off day.
No.
I have an off series. They're going to be playing hard every series they play.
Now, the thing you get the Joe Madden response. It's May.
Yep.
I mean, there are times where I remember. I think it was 2017 or was it 18? His response was they were talking about a team in the National League that had a lead, and in like another division, not even Central. And he's like, we're not concerned about that team. And this was at All-Star break, and I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
He's already looking ahead, and he's like, I understand their record. I understand what you're saying. We're not concerned with this team
exactly.
right now. And he had a big picture. But right now, 60 games is basically August and September.
You better be worried.
Yeah, we're past All-Star break. We're past. Basically, they're starting after the trade deadline. Is what you would have.
Yeah,
July 31st. So, yeah, every game is going to matter from here on out. And
so, what do you think? What do you think? Like, I don't know, man. Joe Madden's like he's like Phil Jackson of baseball. Like,
he's all right.
What?
He's just all right.
What?
I know he did good things with the Rays and everything else, and he has an approach, but I think eventually we're bringing in puppy dogs, and we're gonna dress up in pajamas when they're kids, and then you have adults that are like, every year I get it to break the ice, but Bryant and Rizzo and everyone else, but then they were like, listen, we're going to business, we're here to work. Like, I just think sometimes it just rubs off the cuteness factor of it.
Yeah. I mean,
I like to try not to suck. But that's a good mantra.
Yeah, but he's out there in Cali, man. He's out there in California living, bro.
He's got wineries all over.
Exactly.
He gets to go. So
Napa Valley, here we come.
So I'm interested to see how David Ross is going to do for the Cubs. I think that's going to be. I think if the Cubs don't start off, he's going to get hammered right away.
You already know it.
And so they need to come out.
It's Chicago.
Yeah.
you know they're going to hammer him.
But you would think that they have a soft spot for him, be like, oh, it's only 60 games. I know when we had Stocking on, he's like, he doesn't even think Rossi's going to make it through the season.
You remember when the lockout was with when San Antonio won?
Yeah, that's the 99 season, I believe.
You know how many coaches were fired? Like 10.
Really?
In that short season.
NBA is a little bit. No, that's not true.
What?
MLB will fire people too. Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah. I guess I wasn't. Yeah. Real quick, who's going to win the NBA championship? We'll have you on before then. But
The Lakers.
We'll have you back on before that. So they're going to start next week. They got about roughly some of them like 6 games or whatever else, or 8 games to play.
Yep.
And then they start the playoffs.
Yep.
Which I am. It's not just a matter of sports are back type of thing. Like I'm excited because I'm excited them to play in that bubble and to have games like during the day.
Yep.
And I'm interested to watch in the bubble atmosphere where they're not at the the Staples Center or whatever.
Yep.
And the playoffs are going to be a lot of fun. There'll be so many. Hopefully, I know the NBA wants this, and somehow they'll get it. They'll get the Pelicans in there at the 8, so they have Zion versus the Lakers against LeBron. I'm telling you, I'm not stop it right now. That's what's going to happen.
Stop playing, man.
You think that listen. That I know they had to get a certain amount of games in for TV contracts, but the reason they went to 22 teams and added the 6 was to get the Pelicans so that they get the 8. It's not that the Pelicans are going to beat them.
So you're saying,
but everybody's going to watch
the Pelicans
Zion
are going to beat Denver Nuggets?
I'm saying yes. I'm saying it's going to be real close. So, all right. But we'll talk about it beforehand because we'll have you back real soon. Cal,
Yes,
thank
sir.
you very much for joining me today.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it. I had a great time and
Always.
great conversations. You guys enjoy yourselves, Quad Cities. Hopefully it doesn't rain too much today.
Yes, yes.
From the Sheedy family